Hi, and welcome back. Okay, today what I wanted to do is I started going through, because I'm a newbie on this channel, I just wanted to catch up with the products that I purchased and that I've tried and that I've worn. If you're not familiar with me, I'm a Canadian girl that's now living in the United States, and I was like a girl in a candy store when I got here, and it was thanks to YouTube that I was finding out about a lot of brands. So it gave me an opportunity to try a lot of new things. It was before I even thought of giving back to the community. It was really just going into the drugstore and having a great time. I also have some high-end concealers that I've either gotten in kits and a few that I might have bought outright, but majority of them are through kits at QVC. So yesterday I went to pick up the most recent one is the CoverGirl. I got this in the shade L600, and the reason I picked this up, even though I have this many sitting in my drawer, is it was supposed to be a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape, which is, as everyone mentions, it's one of the favorites. The reason I think this is so well loved is for two reasons. One, the applicator makes it a lot easier to put it on quickly on your eyes and anywhere else you want to put concealer. But the applicator, but also the thickness of the product, it really helps with covering any darkness. So if you have an issue with dark shadows, which is what I have, this is really, really great. The price on this I think is around $27. So when you can find what the beauty community calls a dupe, to me is a find, because these are usually drugstore prices anywhere from $7 to $10, $12, I guess, wherever you go to pick up your merchandise. So I was really excited that I was able to find this. It was hard to find. I went to Target, I went to Walgreens, and then I went to Walmart, and Walmart seemed to get it, and I was able to get it for, I think, $7. So, and also here on the weekends, there's a lot of beauty coupons. So I think I had a $2 coupon for a CoverGirl product. So this was a real find. So excited. The only thing is it's really hard to tell colors. I tried going on CoverGirl's website and it was tough. Anyways, I don't want to go into too much. I just want to show you swatches and then we'll take it from there. So the color that I use for Tarte, which is what we're going to use as our baseline, is in the light neutral. I am a light medium girl. I like to choose neutral undertones because I'm not too pink, I'm not too yellow. They say if you look good in silver, you're pink. If you look good in gold, you're yellow undertone. Then there's olive undertones. I just go neutral because to me that's middle of the road, and that's where I think I fall in. So that's the baseline color that we're going to be going with. So that's the color that I like on me. I also like sometimes going a little bit brighter under my eyes than this one, but to me, when you're spending $27, you want it kind of to fit both roles. So I can use this color as a spot concealer as well as under my eyes for the dark circles. So that's why I went with that color here. The one that I got, the CoverGirl one, which is the most recent purchase, is the L600. I got it in light nude, and the applicator is very similar to the Tarte. That's pretty much why I think they said it's a dupe. Dupe is a funny thing for me because you can really, formula-wise, I think it's hard to match what a company like Tarte probably puts in their products versus what a drugstore brand can put in based on price point and ingredients. But if it can cover up or do the justice, I think this is a good find. So that is the second one in is the CoverGirl one. To me, it looks a little more pinky, but like I said, it's really hard to choose. I tried to find swatches online. I wish that the people that got PR packages, I know they get a lot, and I know this is not, you know, if this is your full-time job, great. If, you know, if it's something you do is like I do, that we just love makeup, so we like to share what we have. But if you're lucky enough to get PR packages, and why I think it's beneficial for the watcher is not just to pull the 2 or 3 colors out that you think will match yourself, because we need to see the swatches. It's really important. And I think if you're lucky enough to receive these large PR packages, that you should dedicate the videos to show us the swatches. So I'm going to show you guys the swatches based on my skin tone, what I ended up buying, and hopefully that helps a little bit. But finding swatches online I find are really, really hard. So that's the CoverGirl, that's the newest. So my favorite that I use all the time, which is a light, in the light version. This one is almost empty. That's where I went looking for concealer, so I got another one. But it's this Maybelline Instant Rewind. Phenomenal product. You can't beat it. It is a lighter weight product, so if you're wearing BB creams or CC creams, this is what I recommend. It's called Age Rewind, and the spun applicator is so easy to put on, and that's the color there. So hoping this comes out. So as you can see, it's a lot, the thickness of the product is a lot less, but like I said, it's great when you're wearing lighter weight foundations. This to me is an absolute win. So that's one that I always reach for, and definitely one I think you should have in your arsenal. So based on the dupe process, I'm just going to pull these out first. The Makeup Revolution came out when it first arrived, and I got these at ULTA. They came in this size package, and now they're available, I think, for a couple of dollars more in this larger size. But they were one of the first ones that I felt took the liberty of the applicator to be the same applicator as Tarte. So that's it there. Now I got it in C5 and C6. I really couldn't tell a difference between the C4, C5, C6, but this was on its last legs, and I'll see if I can pull it out so that I can just show you guys. And that's the next color there. And then this will show better because this is newer. You can hear it. That's there. And the only thing is you have to be careful with these larger applicators. A lot comes out, so you just got to be really careful. So, see, that's more neutral than the second one in, which is the CoverGirl. So I've been enjoying this. Like I said, the CoverGirl is new. I think I tried it for the first time yesterday. It did its job, but once you blend everything in and put your powders over it, I didn't see that pinky tone, so we were okay. The lesser expensive items, the other item I got that was a supposedly dupe was from e.l.f. And this one seems to be really light. The color on this one is called Light Sand. I'm impressed with these e.l.f. products. When I first came down, and I'll have to dedicate a video to this, I did a lot of e.l.f. Products. That was the first thing that I started with buying online, just to familiarize myself, but the prices were so phenomenal, and the deals that they were giving was around Thanksgiving time, so I ended up getting what I ordered plus a major slew of other products. I got more bonuses than what I actually purchased. So I have all the palettes, I have some foundations. I'll definitely dedicate an e.l.f. video to you guys, but this is the concealer one. So that's that here. Same. And that one's a lot lighter. So when I want to do brightening, I pull that guy out here. Okay. Also, if you hear any boom booms in the background, we are getting ready for another major afternoon storm here. So the next item that I got when I was in ULTA was I tried to pick up their concealer to see what it was all about. And it's supposed to be full coverage liquid concealer, and it was supposed to be waterproof. And that's what I decided to try. This one I took in the color Light Cool, and that's the small wand there. And I'll continue going down here, and then I will move up. This one has that peachy undertone to it. And once again, that one is in the color Light Cool. I thought with Cool it would be more pinky, but it is definitely more of a peachy pink than a pink pink. All right, there was another e.l.f. product that was there. This one I tried and I wasn't that crazy about it. This one is in Fair. It was a little too thin in consistency to me to act like a concealer. And the more I blended it in with my beauty blender, the more it disappeared. But that's the color there. Then because he took me to the store, is this one from Rimmel. This was a recommendation from a YouTuber. I got it in the shade, and this one I think didn't have shades. This was the one that was, yeah, it said Fair on it. I'm going to show you. It has a brush attached to it, one of those plastic brushes, and you press the product until it comes out of the top, and it pushes out there, and then you just brush it on, and that's the color there. So Fair is a little too light for me, but as you can see, the e.l.f. one is just as light. So if I need some lightening, I would put one of my darker concealers on, and where I would want more lightness, I would just drop these like in the corners and on the edges of the eye to bring some brightness. The next one I got was ColourPop. And I needed to get to a certain price point to be able to get free shipping, so I added the concealer. I love their palettes. I think for the price point, the quality is there. I also did a ColourPop lippy stick and gloss, and I went into the whole hype when I first moved down here with ColourPop because we didn't have availability to it. So I bought a lot of ColourPop products. I already did some videos on the lip products, and I will continue to do videos on their products to show you guys my collection. But this is the wand. It's a flat doe foot, and this will be the last one on this area here, and that's the color there. And if I didn't say the color, I apologize. It is not easy to read this one. It's called Light 10, and that's the last one on this row. Okay, then I got the Physicians Formula. What got me with this one was it came with a little beauty sponge, and I thought that would be great, and the sponge ended up being a waste of time. But this was a really thick consistency. I think I used it once or twice. It's supposed to be a full coverage. Let's see if I can make out what it says on here. It's also in the light version, and I'm going to start the next aisle up here. And it comes out so thick. I don't know if you can see that. It looks more like a foundation than a concealer. Look how thick that is. It's crazy. All right, so that's the story there. And let's see what I have here. Okay, then the next item that I had in my stash that I found was from Superstay. It was Maybelline's 24 Hour. This one is in the back of the drawer because I think it was way too pink. It was also in the color Light. That was the applicator there. Yeah, and see, it's the weirdest color. It's this one here. Very, very weird. It comes across like a peachy, almost like chamomile lotion. So that's why that's there. It's to remind me not to buy that. The next one is this one called Master Conceal. I thought this would be a dupe for the It Cosmetic one, which I'll show you. That's this one here, and this was also in the color 20 Light. And this one was more watery than I expected it to be. I thought it was going to be, based on the tube, I thought it was going to be more like the It Cosmetics and This one was too runny for me. So that was that one there. Then, once again, a YouTuber mentioned the Milani. I've been loving the Milani foundation. I love I think it's 2-in-1 or 3-in-1. Love that foundation. I also like their Luminous baked bronze, baked blushes. Milani seems to be a really good drugstore brand. It seems to be a higher end brand that is sold in the drugstore. That's how I look at Milani. So that's that there. It had the sponge applicator that I thought would be great, but it really has a major hole in the top of the sponge, so it really dispenses a lot. The way the sponge works in the, that's this guy here, in the Maybelline Age Rewind, I think is better. It really disperses the product perfectly. The next item was one that was also mentioned by a lot of people. It was the Maybelline Fit Me. I enjoy their foundation as a daily foundation. It's easy to apply. It's always like at a really great price point, and it's a good foundation. I use that one in, I think it's called Natural Beige. If Natural Beige is an option in a foundation, that's what I go with. And I seem to choose light in the concealers, and that's the Fit Me. And you see they come across like a pinky, peachy undertone. So like I said, I'm finding with drugstore it's kind of hard to know what's what. And then there was this NYX that I got. It was a concealer, and I got it because it was waterproof. And this one I got in the shade medium. It comes, I thought, in a similar tube to the IT Cosmetics. I hope you guys can't hear this. It sounds so bad. The thunder is crazy. All right. And that's it here. And it's also very, very thick consistency. So it comes to me more like a foundation than a concealer. And that's that one there. And then the LA Girl Pro concealer, I ended up getting a package, which I'm going to do a video on it, of all of the colors in here that are supposed to be corrective colors. I thought it would be a good idea to have that in my arsenal. I don't do any color correcting, but I wanted to have them. They were inexpensive enough to make it into my beauty kit. So I wanted to have it before, you know, you start going to RCMA and seeing how the other ones do. And this also had the brush applicator. Just pull some of the. Okay, and it's the same thing. The product gets pushed out like that. And this one also has that peachy undertone. So to me, that's more of a color correcting concealer than a concealer. And that's that one there. All right. The other newest one that I picked up was Touchy was talking really highly of these products. It is the Catrice. I bought it in 2 shades because, like I said, I found it hard to judge it online. This one is in 005, and this one, Catrice was also supposed to be a waterproof one, and this one was in 010. So let me show you the difference. That's the 05. And that's the 010. So you can see it's almost like light and medium on the bottom there. Okay. And then the other 2 NYX products that I got were the HD. These might be They look very similar. Give me a sec. This one is in CW03. Yeah, they're the same. And this is the applicator there. And see, it has that, I don't know what kind of color that is. It's like a peachy, it's the weirdest color for me anyways. It doesn't even, it's like not light or dark, it's like peachy, like an orangey peachy. So it might be good for color correcting, but I think that's why it was in that pile there. And then the other new one that I got, which was also with the large applicator, was from Infallible Fullwear. I enjoy the foundation by the same name, that same large doe foot applicator. And I'm gonna put it down here because that's where the other guys were. And that's him up here. And this one I got in the color, oh, why is this so hard? Oh, it's right on top here, it's me. Bisque 350. So enjoyed this also very much. So that's all the colors of me choosing light and a few mediums in there, and that's how diverse it is to choose a concealer. Absolutely crazy. So that's my drugstore section of my beauty room. So want to put that aside, and then I just have a few of the, I'm gonna just wipe off my hand here. I have a few of the ones from the higher end. So like I mentioned at the beginning, you start off with the tape, shape tape. To me, these go on sale. Grab one so at least you can give yourself, you know, a chance to see the difference between a higher end versus the drugstore. And like I said, the girls that mentioned Dupes, I think are good to watch, but you really have to realize that a dupe is never going to be the exact consistency of a product. It'll be close to it, but it will never be 100% exact. The next item I have here is from IT Cosmetics. It is called Bye Bye Under Eye, and I got this. It came, you know, higher ends come with this plastic shield. I bought this to have in my arsenal. So it is a putty type consistency. It's firm. So what you do is, and I got this in the shade medium, and what you do with this, I feel, is this is great, I don't know how to explain this. I use this to more color correct than conceal, because it also has that peachy undertone, but it feels more like a putty. I thought it would be similar to the Boing from Benefit, which I got in an HSN kit. I enjoyed this really a lot. I take this when I'm traveling because I find it easier to travel with because there's no liquid, and it helps me enough to, it doesn't brighten my face, it just helps me with my under eyes. And that's down there. So that's what I use that for. So most of these, like I said, I got in kits or I got in packages. The most recent that I got in a kit is from Trestique, and this one is the mini concealer crayon. That's what it looks like here, and that's the color right there. And this one is in the color Bisque. The next one is NARS. I got this in a travel kit. I wanted to try it, but I didn't want to go out and buy a full size because, like I showed you, I have so many. I just wanted to test this one out, and this one's really hard to read what the name is. It is Custard, and that was the color that a lot of the YouTubers were talking about. So wanted to go on the bandwagon with that, and that's Custard right there. Then I got the Tarte in Light, and this is their Maracuja And this was supposed to be, to me, similar to the IT Cosmetics, which I'll show you next. Trying to put just a little bit out, because on these type of products you literally need less than a pea size to put for both eyes. That's how thick the consistency is, and that's the color there on this finger. The consistency of these products are really, really thick. Then I got my IT Cosmetics. I have a few types here. These are all IT. This is the illuminating one, and I got it in light and I got it in medium. Like I said, I purchased these in a kit, so if I chose a lighter foundation, they would match it up with the lighter concealer, and so on and so forth. So the medium was the one that I think was the best match for me. And that's how thick the product is. So this is beside the other one, and this is unbelievable, the IT Cosmetic one. It really can hide anything. It's so thick. And that's the color of it on my finger there. And that one is the medium. So the light was a little too light, and the medium seemed to be perfect for me. So that was the story with that. Then we got a CCI, and we got this one, which was supposed to be an anti-aging full coverage concealer. This one was supposed to be the illuminator. This was their regular guy. I also have it in the black packaging because on QVC they sell them in, what do they call them? Super size. So a super size of this will last me a lifetime because, like I said, you literally use a pea-size amount of this. So let me just show you. That's the color there. That's it on my finger, and that's it spread out. So to me, once you get one of these, you're set. You really don't have to worry about it. The other two that I really didn't enjoy at all, which is surprising for me because I really like majority of IT Cosmetics, it was their CC eye cream. I think these also came in a kit. I don't assume I would buy these on their own. And these have the 50 plus, but they came with these applicators, which are supposed to help with your lines under your eyes. It usually stays cool to the touch. The only problem is this disperses a lot of product, and it, yeah, see how it comes out? It comes out so watery. And then you try to move it around with this applicator, and all it does is like spread it, like to a point that it's like it ends up being all over places that you didn't want to put your concealer. So I never reach for these. And this is in the light shade, and I'll just show you the medium so that you guys can see both, but it's not one I would recommend. And sometimes the difference between light and medium isn't so much the color, it's like the undertone that changes for me. So the medium one has more of a peachy undertone, and I find the light has more of a pinky undertone. And that's the CC one. The next item was from Josie Maran, also came in a kit. This is in the color medium. It's a crayon type, very similar to the first one that I showed you from Trustique. Goes on, but as all Josie Maran products I'm learning on me, they're almost a little too greasy, and so they slide on me. They don't stay where you put them. That's on my skin type. So that's the Josie Maran. Smashbox, I love. Smashbox Studio Skin, it's a 24-hour waterproof. I have also their foundation that I enjoy very much. Their primer water, to me, hands down, is one of the best sprays that I got introduced to. Problem is, it is $30-something, but ULTA in the States always has 21 days of beauty, and I've picked up more than a few on their 21 days of beauty, so that's how I purchase and be able to get what I really, really like at the price that I like to pay for it. And this one is in the shade Light Medium. And that's the one for here. And I'll start going over here. And that's it up here. So this one I like. It's really in between the thickness of the Tarte and not too thin like the Maybelline. So this is definitely a win. The other one that I got was from Mally. I got two. I have a dark circle corrector, which is with this sponge on top. You twist the bottom and the product comes out like that. See them popping through? And then this one was really pale on me. That was that one there. And that one came in the shade Lighter. So what I end up using that one for is more of a brightening as opposed to a concealer. The Makeup Forever one I got was in Y335. It's this little guy here. And then I got a Kat Von D one in a little guy here. And then the last one from Mally was this one here. And I did not like the Mally one at all. This was also very watery to me. I put it on and there was not much in the tube. I don't know if you can see. You have to like literally scrape the walls, and this isn't even that old. So there wasn't a lot of product. If it didn't come in a kit, it definitely would have been a big disappointment, because in a kit you'll get 5 or 6 items and it ends up making everything around, you know, $10. And to me, $10 is a drugstore price, which is something I'm willing to try at that type of price. So that's it. The only last item I have in here was from Philosophy that also came in a kit. I never reach for this. I tried this once or twice and it was not a win for me. So that's the last one there. So kits are great. You get to try the product out. So if you love it, you can buy it on its own. This one was in the shade Almond. Whatever I bought at that time, that's the shade that it matched up with. What I do love about Philosophy, and it's definitely on my counter all the time, is their cleanser called Purity. And that is phenomenal. It takes off eye makeup, it takes off face makeup. It doesn't strip your skin isn't tight. So to me, that's, if you're looking for a product from Philosophy, that's one that I recommend very highly. And that's it. So hope you enjoyed my drugstore and high-end concealer collection, and hope some of these swatches helped you guys make a better decision in the future. And hope you subscribe. Thanks for finding me, and we'll see you in the next one. Thumbs up. Take care. Bye-bye.